chat?
Nope, actually I'm not.
You're not ready?
No, I'm sorry. I was gonna say I was gonna bring up Twitch, but I'm actually gonna try to bring up Restream again. I used to use that instead.
You're using Restream as kind of the main platform to see everything?
Stream chat, just so I can see all the chat there.
Yeah, I use an external Restream chat app just to see all the chat, and then I'm also logged into Twitch moderator mode in case I need to go in there and lay the smack down.
I don't see that we're live on Twitch right now.
No?
Maybe it's my end.
It's your end because I see us.
Okay, well then, Tim, should we get this thing going?
Me do the intro? Is that what
or do you want to do the intro and yeah.
Okay, sorry. I was
Solo
trying
something
to get
says
going.
we're live.
Apparently
He
that's
sees
not
us.
going. So
Okay. I can do the intro if you want, Tim, and I can run it.
no, it's okay. I just have to get that up. Sorry, I was working on getting the chat up, but I don't need that right now. All right, I am ready. You guys ready?
Yep, ready.
All right, 3, 2. Welcome to Nintendo Dads, episode 330, recorded on June 10th, 2021. On tonight's episode, it's all about E3, our predictions and your predictions. And that's it. Jesse, you know what to do.
And ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? I'm your host today, Justin Masson. Of course, this is Nintendo Dads, and man, I realized, Jesse, how much I miss that opening music. I know you did different music last time, but it feels like just a comforting, warm blanket of hope that I put around myself. It gets me energized. It gets me excited. And ladies and gentlemen, I am an excited little beaver right now because we are less than 5 days from Nintendo's E3 Direct. And today, actually, thanks to Jeff Keighley and the Summer Game Fest, E3 season is upon us. It's kicked off, and I'm here with two of the coolest guys around the internet, or at least two guys I found that could be on a podcast with me. Ladies and gentlemen, starting off with the man on the music board that makes us sound great every single week, Jesse Waldak. Jesse, how are you today, sir?
Pretty good. I wanted to do a quick little story for something that happened while we were out shopping today. We were at Walmart. My wife takes her cart and finds what she thinks is like a single loop earring.
Okay.
So it doesn't have its partner. Turns out it's a bracelet, not an earring. But what would your wife think? What was the first thing she'd think of if she saw this?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Mine thought, I can smelt this down and turn it into something.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what my wife would think at all. Not a thing at all. Huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
She does some metalworking and jewelry making on the side. So
Yeah.
I figured that's not something that most people would say.
No, it's not. But I love her energy. I love her creativity, and that's awesome. Speaking of a person who has energy, creativity, and is genuinely awesome, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Timothy Alf. Timothy, how are you today, sir?
I am doing great. I'm more awake than I thought I would be for two reasons. One, I did a podcast with our Game Pass news crew, Sean and Nick, this morning, and did
This morning?
Yeah, this morning. They do their podcast in the morning, and they did their first episode live, which was awesome as well. And I was their first guest, so I feel honored all the way around.
Well, one of them's in the UK, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
time zones.
Just works out time wise for everybody, and it worked out for me because it was before work, so I was able to do some Microsoft predictions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The other reason why I feel more awake than I thought was because I had a good drink before with my dinner, and I told you guys during pre-show, and had a little more than I probably should have had. And I'm a lightweight when it comes to this stuff. I don't drink as much as I did in my younger days. So I was feeling that, and so I had to switch the drink up. I finished the drink and then realized I need to drink something else to kind of help balance things out. So, but I'm feeling awake and maybe feeling a little bit more comfortable now, and we'll see if you guys can tell.
feeling like the business tie is coming off, the top button's getting undone. Exactly. Things might get a little crazy around here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Here's the title of the show: Inhibitionless Tim.
Sure, yeah.
There we go.
It's funny about the Game Pass news, and of course, Game Pass news is the podcast, our Xbox podcast on the Nintendo Dads family of podcasts. We're so excited. And actually, speaking of that, they're going to come over on Sunday for the live reaction to Xbox and Bethesda. We're going to talk about obviously what we're restreaming later as well. But I was so confused when I woke up this morning and I saw the Game Pass news has gone live on Twitch, and I was like, it is 7 a.m. What are these yahoos doing right now? That sounds that makes sense. So, man,
that's even funnier considering that yes, you are in Mountain Time and it is a couple hours behind there. So,
yeah, I was like, what are you guys doing right now? But I was like,
we're
all right,
crazy,
crazy stuff, guys. Yeah, well, ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm excited, guys. We are literally days away from, like, in 1 week from now, we will know what Nintendo has told us about their E3 plans. Percolating, it's been bubbling in my brain, but I'm excited because we're going to talk about today. People are in the chat, they're like, when's Jesse's Pokemon Minute? Ninfrendo, sit down. I need you to sit down because I need you to calm down. You know what I'm saying? I need you to take a breath because I need to tell you this right now, and you might leave. I don't know. We're not doing that today. Today is all E3 predictions. I've told Jesse, I don't care about Pokemon news. I don't care about what we've been playing. I care about our predictions. I care about our community's predictions, and I care about getting excited for E3. So that's what we're doing today. And by the way, speaking of, good evening to our folks in chat. I see you here on Twitch. Ebicel, Third Strongest Mole, Ninfrendo. I see Reed Dillard. And the chat is scrolling, and I can't scroll back. What is wrong with me?
Tony Baker's
Tony Baker, thank you. Solo something. Tyler, thank you so much for being here.
Did you catch in there? Yeah.
I don't know if I did, but there we go.
There you go.
Thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dive right into this. But of course, well, yeah, I guess our predictions. Hit our button, Jesse. And our predictions today are brought to us by hopes. Those things that we all really have, but are quickly diminished when we see anything Nintendo gives us. Hopes. It's really sad in the end, isn't it? Of course. So here's the thing. If you haven't realized it, for the last 4 weeks, I've been doing false reads on our content and making stuff up. I forgot I was doing that till about 30 seconds into you hitting that bumper. And I was like, I got to think of something on the spot.
That was pretty good. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Now we're starting to sound like the Mega Dads.
I know, right? Man. Yeah. That's we'll talk about Mega Dads later. Of course, we are brought to us by our patrons, our amazing over 115 folks who support us on Patreon every single month. But I also want to shout out the amazing people who support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of that, because you help fund us and you're like, how do I help fund you if I'm on Twitch? You have a Twitch Prime, you hit sub, that goes to us. That helps us keep the lights on, keeps this dumpster fire rolling, and we're so thankful to that. This week is E3, and we're so excited to bring you the content. And you're going to see here in a couple of moments, we have so much of our community participating in it, and we're just so excited. Jesse, what do you got?
Did you see that Apple Podcasts is now having a subscription model to?
No, really.
But I kind of don't want to do that because our audience is on equally Google and iPad. iPhone, as far as I know, and I don't want to isolate one and the other.
Yeah,
and we've already got
we're not going to do that.
Other methods that are working. No. So I'm like, it's not. No.
Yeah, sure. No, we're not just going to bleed our audience dry of all their money. But speaking of, head over to Nintendo Dads / store,
just some of it,
where you can pick up our amazing socks. I don't know that for sure. We don't have socks. I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wow. And big thanks to Neo Prime 33, who has finally renewed his Twitch sub. That's great for him to finally do that. Real supporter there.
For 14 months, sir.
Thanks, Tim.
14 months.
I appreciate you. You know I'm just. Oh, Retro Logic has magnets now. Really? Well, I'm gonna have to have a call with Dan about this. Can't have that. Ladies and gentlemen,
fancy T-shirts though too. I mean,
he does have a very nice T-shirt.
Speaking of which, he designed this one, right?
I know, right? I feel like we got to relook at this stuff. We got to relook at all that. I kid.
We need to refresh our inventory, don't we?
We do, but ladies and gentlemen, that's not why you're here. Here's how it's going to work, ladies and gentlemen, for the rundown. The three of us have 5 E3 Nintendo predictions, and some of them not necessarily being Nintendo, which we're going to share with you. Plus, we have got, it looks like about a dozen predictions from our audience. Plus, Mr. Marty Estes, who, God bless him, is at camp right now hanging out with kids. That sounds like a nightmare. We've got his predictions also.
So I want him here so bad because every year he's doing that. Like you said, God bless him for doing that. Yeah, but it always lines up with E3.
At least he'll be able to be here next week when we talk about E3. Normally, he can't talk about the post E3 show.
True.
I believe he's also here for the actual reacts on Tuesday that we're doing. I believe.
Yes.
I think so.
Actually, I don't know if I put his name down there, but. If he's not on the list, he's not invited. You know what I'm saying? Just can't have that. He's our special guest. He'll be our
special guest to a podcast. Yeah.
So in other words, I need to pencil you in on Monday at 12:45.
Why?
On Monday? You mean Tuesday?
Monday?
No, I mean Monday at 12:45.
Oh, what's Monday at 12:45? Is that the Amico thing? Yes. I'm not doing that Amico garbage with you, Jesse. Stop it! Stop it! I'm not doing it. Just hot takes of Justin getting angry at Amico stuff for the entire time.
Hot take.
I understand, Justin. You don't want to be spoiled by what they're going to be showing. So I understand.
I don't want those leaks, those sweet Amico. Whatever. You know what? I know who our next sponsor is next week. Amico. All right. Well, folks, we babbled on enough, will we? Gents, let's start off with some E3 predictions, but let's first and foremost, we did make a call out to our amazing community over at Patreon and said, send us some of your predictions. And let's start off with a couple of those. And then we're going to do a bit of a round table around here as well. I'm going to start off with Drew. Drew says, with Play versus bringing Nintendo games to high school sports.
Well, this isn't a prediction. This is an actual question.
Never mind. That's a question. Hold on. I'll bring us back. Switch Dad says, I'm hoping for a Link to the Past remaster in the style of Link's Awakening. Ooh. I don't know. A Link to the Past, though, that style is so classic the way it is. What do you guys think of this? Link's Awakening style of Link to the Past?
I think if they're going to do a remake in the Link's Awakening style, they need to do seasons or seasons.
Yeah. But I like that. I like that, Switch Dad. Thank you for sharing. Jason says, I predict a Xenoblade Chronicles port to be announced, as it's the last decent Wii U title. Also, I think we're getting a Game Boy thing for Nintendo's Switch Online. The rest, I don't think, will give us any big shocks. We know their titles coming at this point, so probably a couple because tier IPs coming later in the year. Xenoblade Chronicles X port kind of makes sense. What do you guys think of that?
Yes, I agree.
I know that game did use the dual screen, so it would definitely work would need to be done to make it work on a single screen.
Well, I thought it was in two places. I thought it was originally on the Wii first. Then they brought
not X. That was a different game.
Oh, see okay. X. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, X,
Chronicles X is the one that's like you build up a land and town, and then you're also in mechs flying around.
Yeah. I like it though. And here's the thing: is I don't think it's a bad prediction. I don't know if we're going to see it here though, but I think we are going to see that port. And that's going to lead into one of my predictions a little bit later, and you'll hear why I think that as well. What do you think about the Game Boy Nintendo Switch Online?
That usually comes closer to September, though. They've never done the NSO stuff at E3, if I remember correctly.
I like the idea, but I don't think they'll talk NSO.
I want it. I definitely want it.
Yeah.
All the Game Boy stuff.
All the Game Boy stuff.
All of it.
Okay.
Give us if you're not going to give us a Minish Cap port or re-release, at least give us GBA game and on NSO and give us Minish Cap that way.
Yeah. No, I agree. I was having a conversation actually recently on the Nintendo Drive about this as well, and I think they are going to add something to NSO. I do believe it'll probably be later, Tim, like you said, in September most likely. Game Boy feels like the low-hanging fruit. Do you know what I mean? Like that feels like it's an easy one. So I'm hoping they're going to do that, but because that it feels easy, probably won't happen. But Jason, these are great predictions. I like these a lot.
It would be really cool too. I mean, if they're going to go the portable route in the Game Boy family, I feel like it should be all of it, from Game Boy to Game Boy Advance. And obviously they release a few games every week or every month or however they do it now. But maybe surprise us every now and then with a Virtual Boy.
I like it. Yeah. All of those.
I still say Virtual Boy, Virtual Console with Labo VR would be a killer.
You're an insane man. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. I love where your head's at.
Did you see what's her name again on the Nintendo Shack?
Miss Click?
No, not Miss Click. She's on Nintendo Shack.
I know who you're talking about.
With Donnie and
yep.
Shoot. Anyways,
we're really good for names today, aren't we?
Yeah, I know. I suck at names. I'm sorry, but she did a mock E3 Direct, Nintendo Direct, where she talked about the Virtual Boy being released, the games in the online, and you use the Labo, but you also get an add-on red film that you can put in between your Switch and your eyeballs.
Nice. I love it.
Slightly off topic, but did you see the video I posted in the Discord about someone who broke down a Virtual Boy and turned it into a portable handheld?
Yes, I didn't watch it
yet.
I did see the picture.
That was an interesting breakdown. I didn't know that's how the Virtual Boy worked. There isn't a real screen. It's done with literally mirrors.
That's cool.
Forrest Minish, Rebecca Stone. Rebecca.
There you go.
Oh yeah, it was with Zelda Universe.
Yes.
Very cool. Simon Hawkins says, and Tim, this is going to be right up your alley. I'd love to see a new 2D Metroid or a Fusion remake to keep us going until Metroid Prime 4. Tim, what do you think?
I'll touch on that later.
Okay. All right. All right. You're look at you. You're being such a tease there, aren't you?
I like where Eric's head is. Yeah.
Where Simon's head's at? Absolutely.
Simon,
absolutely.
Yes. Oh,
yep,
and Eric,
Simon.
Eric also does it too.
Yeah. Well, that's a spoiler for later now, isn't it? All right. Well, sure, folks. Those are Switch Dad, Jason, and Simon from our audience. We're going to come back more to those predictions as well. But guys, let's start off with our first prediction. Do you guys want to do like some crazy ones, some low hanging fruit? What do you think? Mid-range?
I don't have many crazy ones. I think mine are all relatively low hanging.
All right. Well, Jesse, let's start off with yours. What do you got?
All right. I said the final 2 DLC fighters for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate will be revealed, along with a hint that there will be more DLC in the future.
Really? Oh.
That is crazy.
Hey guys, here's a bit of a fun thing. Well, should we do this? Let's sit back in our chairs. Let's relax a bit. Right, get comfy. Put your feet up if you want. Guys, should we do some betting here? Maybe do some scoring.
Oh my gosh!
What do you think?
We normally do score this stuff.
I know. Okay, so all right, let's do this. Let's keep score. All right, so Jesse, you're betting that we're gonna have the 2 Smash. So you think both of them, eh?
Yeah, I think both will be announced. Like one being released in late June, early July, and the other 2 happen in September or something like that. We're not going to get details on the second one, but we'll get a hint or be told outright what it is, but with no other information.
So just so I understand, Jesse, you believe that both will be revealed, but the release date for the second one will be like later.
Yes.
Like at the end of E3, we will know exactly who the remaining 2 are, and you believe that they will say, and we have another season pass coming.
Not necessarily a season pass, but just future DLC of any kind.
Okay, but cool.
Including a season pass, yes.
Okay, all right. Tim, what do you think of that?
That's a lot to take in one statement.
That's a lot to take in. That's a. Do you want to put down for who these characters are?
No. I don't care who they are. I don't play the game though. I don't care who they are.
Okay, Tim, what do you think?
I think that's a good call. It's that both are talked about at E3. I think that is a good prediction there. And obviously, you wouldn't get both at the same time. but it also depends on what those characters are, because it would be interesting how they play that out. Like if both are released and say, how they do their videos and we're all shocked and like, it depends on who those are, and I think that's going to be the most fun too. It's like they could play off of each other. It's like, who's going to be in it, and then they both hold up an envelope, but who are those people? I don't know. I'm still pulling for a Resident Evil character, but
sure, yeah,
but it doesn't seem like it's going to be true.
Okay. I'm going to just modify your statement here, Jesse. I don't believe we're going to get both characters. I only believe we're going to get one, because they're scheduled to have all that DLC rolled out by the end of this year. So I think they're gonna share that as another event at another point. They're gonna kind of do some hype on that one. I'm very much in agreement with you that I feel like there might be another pass, like another DLC strategy for them. But I'm not willing to pull the trigger on that. I don't think it gets announced here, by the way.
I forgot about that part. Yeah, the additional pass, I don't think so, but I think there will be a final character outside of this pass that will be given out for free.
Sure. Do you think that's Waluigi?
I think that's where we'll get Waluigi. Yes.
Yeah. Whimsical Jack, I see you in the chat. Yes, Waluigi.
So your prediction is one DLC fighter will be announced and there will be more DLC.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, one will be announced at E3. The other, so my statement is only one will be announced at E3. We will get the other announcement at another time. I don't think they will mention a new Seasons Pass DLC strategy yet. I am with Tim that there will be like a freebie DLC character later. Who it is, I believe it's a third-party character. It's not a Nintendo property. And I am inclined to think Master Chief or Crash Bandicoot is where my head is at. Or, going to give you one more or, it's a character from Astral Chain.
Do you want me to write these down, or are we just...
No, I'm okay for you to write this down for sure. Wait, sorry, hold on. If I'm winning, then yes, write them down. If I'm not winning, don't write them down. It's not like there's a record of it somehow kept magically in some audio format that we could go back and verify at some other time. Tony Baker says Tony Hawk for Smash.
Tony Baker for Smash.
Tony Baker for Smash. That's exactly it. There's our show title, Tony Baker for Smash. Let's go. Yeah. All right. Anything else we want to add to that? Mr. Timothy Off, I'm going to head over to you first, sir. What do you got for your first prediction?
So my first prediction is going to be a WarioWare game.
Oh.
I think we're going to get a WarioWare game at this E3 announcement.
Okay.
So, quick, Justin, going back a little bit, you said Master Chief, Crash, and who? Or
an Astral Chain character.
Okay. That's,
yeah. One of those three, I think.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a remake either, or a game, a port, if you will. I think this is going to be a new Wario game for the Switch, specifically for the Switch. So I think somebody joked about the WarioWare 1, 2, 3 or whatever. So
yeah,
but yeah, I do think this will be a new Wario game. WarioWare.
Okay, excellent. All right, I don't really have anything extra to add to that, because I think that's probably so. Let me ask you: do you think it's just like a party game like Wario Smooth Moves, or do you see it more as an adventure game or a platformer, or what are you thinking here?
This is a
like a micro game.
Micro game.
Okay.
Like it was on the Game Boy, I think.
So not Wario Land, but WarioWare.
WarioWare, yes. A new WarioWare game.
Okay. Cool. All right, excellent. I will give my next one, or my first one, is a new Xenoblade game will be teased. So this kind of goes a little bit connected with that last prediction that we saw earlier. I believe it was from, who is that from? Regarding from Jason from Xenoblade Chronicles X. I don't believe we're going to hear about this. I believe what we're going to see is like a title card, maybe an opening cutscene, something to indicate that it's in development. I believe that this will most likely be a late 2021, maybe a 2022 game. So that's kind of what I think. I think we're going to get information on the new Xenoblade Chronicles. It may be like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They may do that. I don't know. So that's my first bet.
I like that. Because they've been building up a lot of hype around Xenoblade Chronicles.
Yes.
And I do like the idea of them bringing X because it's what, like you guys said, it was the Wii U, but it sounds like it would be a lot of work. Although, I mean, they are bringing, when we keep saying that there's going to be a lot of work, they are bringing over Twilight Princess, right? No, Skyward Sword, excuse me. Skyward Sword.
Is that the Monolith team is doing that?
No, I'm just saying, overall Nintendo is bringing over something we all thought would be hard to do because of the waggle.
Yeah.
So I think at this point, anything is possible if they're going to put the effort behind it. So they could bring over X if it truly is part of the story. But if they're staying with the whole Chronicles thing with 1 and 2 without the X, obviously, then sequel maybe along those lines.
Nice. I like that. Okay, cool. I will read off one of Marty's, and Marty, again, he's not here, but he sent in his predictions, so we appreciate it. So these predictions, Mr. Waldak, will also be in the official record.
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'm adding all the notes in the same place, so we have them.
Good, sir. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Next week.
Good. And this actually connects, Jesse, to yours. Marty predictions. And again, I know that this is the hard part, right? When someone just sends you like 6 words of a prediction, you can't really defend it. So I'm picking them randomly. So Marty's guess actually connected to Jesse's Smash one is he believes that Doom Guy will be making it into Smash. Doom Guy in Smash. What do you guys think of that?
Is that his canonical name?
Well, I don't think it's like Jerry, right? Like, hey, it's Jerry. Oh, you might know me as Doom Guy. Oh, hey, Jerry, what's going on? Right? Jerry for Smash, Doom Guy.
Doom Guy is Marty Estes. That's his real name. So
yep, that's exactly it. What do you guys think? I mean, Doom Guy is a possibility. It's a third-party IP. It feels a little bit, in my opinion, outside of the realm of characters that we would add to it, being as bloody and as violent as Doom is. Now, I recognize that we've also got like Bayonetta, who literally, when she turns her guns, becomes naked and shoots out of her feet. So I do realize that there is a little bit of a, viewer discretion is advised.
And Pyra and Mithra has been toned down.
What are you talking about? Yeah.
So they can make it happen if they want to make it happen.
I would love.
And as a Doom Guy is one of the influential games characters from the early 90s, is being in one of the first 5 first-person shooters.
Yes, and I would love it if it came over to a Nintendo IP, and then that way everybody would be happy with the whole Doom Guy, Doom Slayer guy with with Animal Crossing. So
yeah. A couple things I see here in the chat. I do appreciate that. Abyssal says, reveal Doom Slayer is Larry Laffer. Right. I love that. Third Strongest Mole says Ultimate is an E10 plus rating. So that's interesting as well. Mecha Dragon asks, why is Justin so hyper this podcast? I'm just so happy to be here. I'm just so happy.
See the tweet we sent about 20 minutes before the show started.
Yeah. If you're wondering why, take a look at the Twitter photo where I decided to just drink directly out of a bottle of amaretto and had a can of Monster Energy drink before this podcast too. I'm wound up.
And it's
right?
E3.
And it's E3, and I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like a baby. All right. Gentlemen, let's go around for our second round. But again, I think Marty's right. I do think again, our Smash character is going to be a third party. I don't suspect it's going to be a well-known Nintendo IP at this point. Mr. Waldak, back to you for your second guess or your second prediction.
This is more of what I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see either a new 2D based Zelda or a remaster of Minish Cap, as I kind of hinted at earlier.
A new 2D based. Oh wow, yeah, that would be great.
Because the last one we had was like 2014, 2013.
Which one was that, Jesse?
Link Between Worlds.
Yeah, such a yeah. And I guess I would tend to agree. Like, yes, I would also love to see that. I don't think it's going to happen, but I would love to see that. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Do you see it as a continuation of like the Link Between Worlds, Link to the Past series, or just a whole new standalone?
I'd be okay with standalone. Yeah, I think the ones that try to be sequels to other games generally don't feel as good to me, because they feel like they're trying to shoehorn plot in, and Nintendo and plot are not two things that go well together.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's an absolute fair point.
Link Between Worlds being an exception.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, that would be the exception. Okay, awesome. I would love that. I would eat that up in a heartbeat. I just don't believe it's going to be here, but I love your energy. Tim, let's head over to you.
Okay, there's my button. All right, I'm going to go with the Zelda line here, and I'm going to say that Zelda, I know that something that I would love is for them to celebrate 35th anniversary as much or more so than they did than Mario, but I don't think they're going to do it as much as we want them to. I don't think it's going to live up to our expectations. I do think they're still going to do something, but it's, I don't know if it's going to be tied into 35th anniversary or not. Kind of like Skyward Sword isn't necessarily tied to 35th anniversary. I do believe that they will release 4 swords for Nintendo Switch Online.
Oh, that would be great. That would be what system was 4 swords initially released on? Was that GameCube or was that GBA?
They did do one game. They did a GameCube one and a GBA one.
It was GBA first, then they did a separate game in a similar style on GameCube that allowed for GBA to use as controllers.
Yes.
And then that Game Boy Advance game got a virtual console release on DSi 10 years ago.
Yeah.
When the 3DS eShop launched.
Yes.
And wasn't that an anniversary thing too, or is it just a thank you?
It was 10 years ago. That was 25th anniversary.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that happened. That happened the night before. It was Monday night before Nintendo's big E3. That was when I was in the Airbnb with Roger and the others, and all trying to use the crap internet to update our 3DSs.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm. That's I guess maybe a hope, but I can see them doing that where they would release a 4 swords on NSO that would allow people to play, 4 swords together online.
That's, what, I'm going to be honest with you, Tim, that's a real left fielder, but I love the fact that it also feels like because that feels like a game. Because if I remember as well, and I didn't have a DS at this point, like you can't get that normally now in like the DS eShop, can you? Like it was a special.
That was.
It was real limited time.
It was limited time. It was a free download, but it was limited time. Once it was gone,
it was gone. It's gone. Yes. Yeah, because I remember I actually have a copy of it. Believe it or not,
I do too.
Because I should still have it on here too.
Yeah, because of the weird thing where I ended up basically co-oping my friend's DS Nintendo account, and so I ended up getting it. This is great. But yeah, that feels like one of those, like, we'll bring it out of the archive, we'll dust it off.
Yes.
We'll put it out there, and the internet will lose its mind, right? And it's like no work for Nintendo
for about 48 hours, and then people will get sick of it already.
Yeah, exactly. But enough to be like, this is good.
But they would have to update their emulator to support 4 players.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think the other reason why I think it's possible is I know it's only 2 players, but obviously NSO is built for us to play 2 players on the old games already. Yeah. With an NES and Super NES, so that's why I thought maybe obviously we have the 99 game, so there's 99 people playing together. So
yep,
I'm hoping there will have to be some work done to it, but I'm hoping it's something that can be done.
Because the GBA link cable had the ability to chain 4 together.
Yes.
So, and I think only one of them needed to have the cart. It's not like the Game Boy where both participants needed the same game. I think only one cart could drive everything, if I remember right.
I don't remember for sure, but that sounds about right.
Yeah. Tim, I love that idea. I love that. I hope it happens. I think that would be freaking amazing.
I would love it.
So, yeah. My next prediction is that for Animal Crossing New Horizon, we finally get a significant understanding or significant announcement about it, and they kind of reveal the season pass. I've talked about this before, that they need to basically remonetize that team, and so I think a season pass would probably end up doing that. I think we're going to hear about it at E3. New island to go to, new features, new, challenges, new tasks. This will be a paid update. They will still have free updates, but this is the paid one. And it'll cost you like, $20 or whatever, basically the Smash DLC pass cost. And it'll be good for, I don't know, a couple of years or whatever it is. But it'll be like our new patch. They've been very quiet for the last several months. They have also been training us with the idea of saying free update, free update, free update. So eventually you have to change from a free update to a paid update. And I do believe that's what's going to be occurring. And I believe this will be the first time we hear about it.
Yes, I agree with that. And the reason why I also agree is I mentioned this on the Nintendo Pals show earlier today in the chat. I wasn't on the show. That was N64.
I was like, what are you doing? Like, you're just making the rounds today.
No, that was N64 Josh that was on the Nintendo Pals show. Friends of ours too. But I was in the chat and they were talking about their hopes for Animal Crossing. And the reason why I think this makes sense is because I think COVID delayed what probably would have been something they would have announced at the 1 year anniversary, but did not. Or because of its popularity, they decided to wait till E3 to do the DLC for this. So
I agree. So it's going to be real interesting. I'm excited to see that one. I'm going to head over to our another prediction from Mr. Estes. I'm trying to find stuff that kind of connects to what you guys have just talked about. So I'm going to actually use this one. Marty predicts that Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD collection for Zelda 35th anniversary will be announced or revealed. What do you guys think of that? That's kind of been one that's been spinning around a lot.
Yep, that goes opposite of what I was saying, because I don't think they're going to do as much as we are expecting them to do or want them to do.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get let down.
I think people are either wanting this or they're wanting Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask combo, hoping it's like based off of the 3DS version, not just emulating the N64, because I think that'll disappoint a lot of people if they do that again.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
I want to be wrong, by the way, but
yeah,
I just feel like we're gonna get disappointed, a lot of us.
Yeah, this is one where I don't want to tear it down, right? Because I do believe that I think people are wanting it. I just believe that's too many. I don't know. I almost say like that's too many Zelda games. I also don't know. So here's my thought. So this would be the third port of Wind Waker, right? Because it was on the GameCube originally, then it was on the Wii U, now it's on the Switch, right?
Yep.
It just feels like eventually, like how many times can you redo that?
This could just literally be the Wii U version on Switch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nothing else added. And
and the fairness,
buy it. I'd probably still buy it.
Yeah, people still buy it. If you're doing that has to be done by an outside porting company. It can't be done by Nintendo.
Well,
right?
Gretzko usually does their
yeah, you're right. So I don't know. Like this one feels like I'm growling at it because like I think of what we got for Mario, and it was like 3 games, 1 cartridge, y'all good. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, well, we've already got Skyward Sword.
Well, we also have to remember their history. Now they can always do something new to surprise us, obviously.
Yeah.
Their history there's already been a Mario All-Stars game. Have they ever done a Zelda All-Stars game? No, they haven't. They've come close with the collection. Yes, they've done the collection, but we've already got a lot of those collections in NSO, right?
Yeah, that's why I said
other than the master games, whatever you call those things.
Yeah, like the one that came with the Wind Waker's pre-order bonus. I think had Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link to the Past, and yeah, it did have Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and then plus a demo to Wind Waker, which seemed silly that you'd get that with pre-ordering Wind Waker, but okay.
And that was awesome too, and I wish I would have kept that because I had one of those, but I didn't keep it obviously because younger days I had to have the money in order to get the next system. So
Link to the Past, maybe it wasn't in it, but the other 4 definitely were.
Yeah, it was a great collection, and then there was another one that came I think with a pre-order that was the what do you call those? Not the Master or something, or
like Master Quest.
Master Quest, thank you. Yeah, it was a Master Quest of I think one of the 3D ones.
Yeah, I think it was Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Because that was originally going to be a DD64 game.
Yes.
And wasn't for reasons.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, maybe they make that a pre-order bonus for Breath of the Wild 2.
Interesting. Yeah, but you do pre-order bonuses to entice people to buy a game. I don't think they're going to have a hard time with Breath of the Wild 2.
And Nintendo likes the fact that they're selling about half of their inventory as digital.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right, so
they're not going to want to do anything to hurt that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat here. $2 Hero says, "Have you guys seen the leaked GameStop Zelda poster?" $2 Hero, show me the receipts. You know what I'm saying? Show me those receipts, and we'll have a chat about this. So sounds like he's grabbing that right now. So I want to take a look at this.
I did. I think Game Explained did a video on this yesterday. I did see that.
Oh, really? Okay. I don't trust those guys over Game Explain. You know what I'm saying? They're no good. They're no good. I'm kidding, Andre. We love you. We love you. Also, yeah. Okay. Let's move on to some more predictions from our amazing audience here. Heading down, Eric Plunk says, as part of the Zelda and Metroid announcements, Game Boy Color, and GBA games will be shadow dropped onto NSO, featuring Metroid 2 Fusion and Zero Mission, Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages Season, and the Minish Cap, and for its 15th anniversary, making the U.S. title Mother 3. Eric Plunk, you are a dreamer, and I love it. Because all of those things I want to happen. And that would be like game stopper, like boom, mic drop, amazing moment. Wow, would that be incredible? Please let that happen. And I like, you had me. Here's the thing, Eric. You had me along the way. I was in the journey with you. I was in the co-pilot seat. I was loving it. And then you went, and Mother 3. And it was like, and eject. That's where we're probably falling off. Or are we? That might be a tease, It might be a tease for something later. What do you think of this, Tim? This speaks all your love languages.
This would be like a retro rewind dream for our Retro Logic crew. So a lot of stuff that a lot of people could access. Although a lot of those people that listen to the show have these probably the original copies, but still, it'd be nice and easy to be able to play on your Switch. And I've told this story before. I've come so close to beating Minish Cap until my son accidentally deleted my file that I didn't go back.
Ouch.
So I'm ready to go back to Minish Cap if it comes to the Switch. So, and if it comes that way, that's even better. So I'm excited about this as well. I want this to happen. And again, I've mentioned that we always say, high hopes, low expectations, right? I got that right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm high hopes, high expectations because of 2020. I want it. I want Nintendo to come out guns blazing. I want it all. So I hope this is part of that.
Okay.
And I'm going to crash and burn afterwards. I know I
Yes.
Can,
so. Yep. But all of that I love. I love all of that. Okay. I'm trying to find this like picture of this leaked GameStop photo. I can't find it now, but I'm looking for it. So it's Eric. Joe says, I predict a lot of people with high expectations are disappointed. Well, those who follow the high hopes and low expectations lifestyle will be sitting pretty. In all reality, I hope we see a new DK. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, let's go. I hope we see the Breath of the Wild sequel. I could take or leave a Switch Pro, and I hope we see some cool third parties supporting Switch. Joe comes in here. You know what I'm saying? I love his energy. I love his thought. He comes in just like cool as a cucumber. Like, listen, folks, let's bring it down a notch. Let's just be happy with what we get. And that's awesome. I love that, Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Also, I also love it because he said Donkey Kong. So already this might be my favorite vote. All right. Let's head back to our list. We've got more predictions from our amazing patrons, actually, and we'll come back to those in a couple of moments. Jesse, let's go back to you. What do you got?
Okay, this is another I just want to see, and this is kind of a short and sweet. I just want to see a new 2D Metroid.
I do too. Yes. I concur.
Hey.
I concur.
And
okay.
I'm not. This isn't part of the prediction, but if they do it, I don't want them to do the melee counter crap because I didn't like that.
Oh, from Other M?
No, from
Metroid
2 remake.
Samus's Return.
Mm-hmm.
I liked it. I liked the melee stuff, but that I might be, rose-colored glasses because it's Metroid, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that was the only 2D game I've played that I couldn't get into.
Was it really 2D though? Because of the 3D.
It was 2D.
Yes, it was. But that
right.
I would take that if it comes over to the Switch as well. But
All right. Okay.
But I do want a new 2D. Sorry. Yes, I would want a new 2D as well. So I agree with Jesse's thing.
Yeah. So I mean, yes to this, absolutely to this. And the rumors leaks have it that this is happening. So I'm excited for this. This would be a day one. I'm all in like Flynn.
Yeah, a lot around Mercury Steam possibly Nintendo allowing them to do what they originally intended to do before Samus's Return. So
yeah.
It'd be cool to see what that is.
I'm going to say this just, and maybe it's the Amaretto and Cokes talking, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's the hype. Maybe it's the large amount of Monster Energy drinks that I had coursing through my veins. But legitimately, Tim, I'm really excited to be on stream with you on Tuesday and watch that this may actually become a reality, because this is something that you have been wanting for so long that I just want this for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like Metroid. I love Metroid. It's a fun franchise. Had a great time always playing it, but I just love that this could be happening for you finally.
Yes.
So I can't wait.
I
might cry on your behalf. You know what I'm saying?
If this happens and Marty is on the show, you're going to have two grown men crying probably, because he loves his 2D Metroids as well. And then Jesse just said he wants it too. So you're going to have three grown men.
Sure. But Tim, I genuinely care more about you than them. I just want to make sure that you're aware of that. That's all.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Also, I'm a horrible person. $2 Hero. Thank you very much for DMing me that poster. I see it now. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. All right. Yeah, I think this, I'm going to be honest with you. I have this on my list as well. 2D Metroid. Tim, do you have it as well?
It is on my list as well. Yes. 2D Metroid.
Okay. All right. And I'll scroll through Marty's. He also says 2D Metroid. So all four of us are saying 2D Metroids are being announced. This kind of feels like a gimme for everybody on this one. Hey,
either we all get it right or we all get it wrong.
Yeah, yes. Exactly. Okay. All right. Jesse, let's head back to you then.
Okay. I said we will see more about the sequel to the Breath of the Wild and get a release window before the end of fiscal year.
Ooh. I actually agree with all of that. I do not. So yeah, I agree with that. So here's what I'm thinking. I don't believe Breath of the Wild is and we have one more thing. I don't believe it's that. I believe the Breath of the Wild information will be the last information of the show before the one last thing. Do you know what I mean? Like they'll do like, hey, we're just wrapping up in a couple moments, but now check out this. And it'll be Breath of the Wild. And they'll come back and be like, thanks for joining us. Oh, wait, we have one more thing. I also believe, Jesse, that it is a fiscal year. It will not be in the calendar year. I'm beginning to believe that Breath of the Wild is pushed to next year.
So I'm saying if this is early 2022, as long as it's before April, I'm counting that as a point.
Yep. Okay. All right. Ebersol, I love your energy here. One more thing is Pokemon Sleep. Get out of here. Get out of here, Ebersol. I love it. Tim, what about you?
Okay, so mine, I'm going to, again, rep Jesse flashing badges. This goes with what you guys were just talking about, along with another prediction I have. So, and I've mentioned this too during another discussion we had a week or two ago on one of the shows, but I also agree Breath of the Wild 2 will not release in 2021, but in the 2021 fiscal year as well. And also will be released with the upgraded Switch. All in March 2022.
Okay, so you are not believing that it is coming this year?
Nope. We may, and I think we won't hear anything about the Switch Pro. I know I've been joking around with everybody saying, oh, it's going to be announced tomorrow, every time. You know, they're like, nothing was mentioned today. And I'm like, nope, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've been joking, going with it.
Soon, TM.
Soon, yes, yeah. TM. Tomorrow. But no, and after, you know, I think at the beginning of the year, I was feeling, oh yeah, this is going to be out at E3. But no, I think like you, we're going to get information about Breath of the Wild 2, potentially even, you know, it'll be like a trailer or something, a teaser trailer, and then still possibly another direct later on in the year that will be more about it and all that kind of stuff. But announcing that it will be a 2022 release.
Spring 2022, right?
Yes. And then along in October-ish, around the same time, we learned in 2016, October-ish, about the Switch and got that drop. I think we're going to get a drop for the next Switch, the upgraded Switch. So I don't, essentially at E3, we're not going to hear anything about a Switch Pro. And we'll get information about Breath of the Wild 2, but it won't be released until 2022.
Yep. Since we're kind of in this Breath of the Wild pocket, my prediction is actually very much to Jesse, pretty much the same alignment. And I think, Tim, that's very similar to what you're saying. So interestingly enough, the counter to this, ladies and gentlemen, is Mr. Marty Estes, who says the direct ends with a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 with a release date. So I think we're all feeling like it's kind of around the exact same thing as well. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So good stuff there. We're going to head down to our community, and we're going to read some more of their predictions, and let's play off of these as well. Where did I end? Shiv UK says, I think we'll see only one Smash character. Some people are expecting two for some reason. Forgot about the rumor of the extra bonus character. I think we'll see Mario plus Rabbids 2. It is time. I think we'll have something new from Monolith, hopefully a Xenoblade X2, so we can get a proper conclusion of that story. Also, I want the Zelda stuff, especially something 2D. Remakes of Oracle games or a port of Link Between Worlds would be nice, but a new game would be epic, and Breath of the Wild is this year. He's kind of grabbed all of our predictions in the last 4 rounds and just kind of like crushed them into one. So there are pieces there that we all, I think, agree with.
End of the show. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, well, that's. I think Shiv UK has wrapped that up for us, folks. Good night. Bye. Great stuff. Anyone disagree with anything you said there?
No. Everything sounds good there. I like that. Let's make it so.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to come back to Mario and Rabbids 2 in a little bit here as well to have a conversation with that. David says, I predict a new 2D Donkey Kong will be shown, but it will be a departure from country moniker and have DK going through New Donk City and having him save Pauline. Oh, Also, we'll get a Zelda Game and Watch, cool. A brand new 2D Zelda in Link's Awakening art style for smartphones, LOL. And a 3D Kirby game that uses a Joy-Con in some weird and wacky way.
I'd be all for Zelda Game & Watch because that would be a prediction point that I made back in January.
Yep.
Can it be a smartwatch? Because then I would buy that.
You know, the funny part is like all of this, like the 2D Donk City Saving Pauline, Zelda Game & Watch, brand new Zelda, and then it goes for smartphones.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's kind of like, I don't know, are you trolling us? I'm not 100% sure, but also it's crazy enough that Nintendo just might do that. So I love that, David. That's very cool.
Taking lessons from Blizzard, apparently.
Right, yeah. I am excited for 2D Donkey Kong. Darren says, I'm hoping for a Wind Waker port and a Zelda Game & Watch. Apparently Zelda Game & Watches are big right now. I would also love them to see them bring back a new Punch-Out title to the Switch. Oh.
That would be cool.
That's interesting. Yeah.
You know who else would have loved that, right?
Marty?
Bobby Pauls would have loved a Punch-Out game for...
Bobby would have loved that.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Darren, yeah, I think that's great. I also love this hype, this feeling that we're going to try and will into existence a Zelda Game & Watch. But they also probably have the figures that, by the way, that sold like gangbusters. So if they do it, people are going to buy it. So probably.
I still saw some Mario Game & Watches when I last looked at Walmart like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That would be cool
Nice.
if they do a 35th anniversary version of that like they did with the Mario one.
I think that was one of the 2-screen Game & Watches, if I remember right.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
It was a late model.
Nice. Okay. Derek says Nintendo drops some mics. A 2D Metroid is announced, maybe just the 3DS version being ported, maybe a sequel to them. Twilight Princess / Wind Waker HD ports announced. A remake of Link to the Past announced, a la Link's Awakening.
Another one of those.
Game Boy Color announced for the online service. Game Pass coming in the fall. A port of Xeno Chronicles X and a new trailer for Breath of the Wild with a new name.
He just wants it all.
That's high hopes, high expectations with me.
Yeah.
We're all going to be burned. We're going to crash and burn after.
Reminds me of IGN's April Fool 2019 video.
Yeah.
Where it was
everything's coming to the Switch.
Everything is, yes.
But I mean, I think if you parcel out portions of that, there is some, I think, good possibilities. I think a 2D Metroid makes sense. Whether it's a port or not, I think it's going to be new. Twilight Princess Wind Waker HD is being ported. We've heard a lot of those rumors. A remake of A Link to the Past, possibly, right? We've talked a little bit about that earlier.
Yeah. There are those who don't want it. They say the original game is perfect. Don't touch it.
Yeah. Game Boy and Game Boy Color announced for the Switch Online. We talked about that earlier. We all think that's a low-hanging fruit, would be a great idea. Yeah. Where he probably goes a little bit off the rail, but I love his energy, is Game Pass coming in the fall. It's possible. More likely, probably xCloud than Game Pass, but it's possible.
Well, yeah, I think in order for it to work on Switch, it has to be both.
Oh, does it? Oh, is that how that works? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't get up at 7 a.m. for a podcast about Xbox to figure stuff out. All right. Although, by the way, Xbox Canada sent out some sweet gear to celebrate E3 to their content creators.
Sweet.
They sent out cans of beer, pint glasses. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm leaving the show. I'm going to have an Xbox show because I'm looking for some free beer. You know what I'm saying? Anyone who's got beer,
Justin.
Right?
Nice working with you.
If you all wondered what my actual what would turn me, free beer is what would turn me. You know what I'm saying? So
Justin at the pub.
Yeah, that's exactly, man. That's how we should do these podcasts. Me just drunk at the pub. And then the port of the Xenoblade Chronicles X. I mean, I think these are all pretty reasonable, actually. Yeah. And I do think we will actually get a name for the Breath of the Wild 2. It's not just going to be Breath of the Wild 2.
Yes.
Right. So
that's what I agree with that.
Yeah, I referred it to as the sequel to the Breath of the Wild because that's what Nintendo still talks about it when they do the quarterly announce the investor meetings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay.
And that's, I think that goes along with what we were pretty much saying, that there will be a reveal of something, but more to come later in the year.
Yeah, exactly. All right, folks, let's head over to our next set. Jesse, let's go to you.
Okay, this is my last Nintendo prediction.
Ooh.
Said we will see more Metroid Prime 4, but it will not have a nearby release window, meaning it'll be something not this fiscal year. We'll either get no window at all, something that says late 2022, or just 2022.
So do you think like just a title card essentially?
No, we'll get more information. We'll see video, but it won't be this fiscal year.
Okay.
If they announce a window at all.
Okay. Sorry. So we get to dissect some of these a little bit. Sorry, my brain is going around in this one here. I think that they can get in front of that messaging, right? They could say like, don't ask us about it. It's not ready. Like they could just do that. And I think it's kind of what that imaging is. I think the other part of it is that I think that they're very rare to say, I'm going to show you a game way, way out in advance. And they've already got burnt by Metroid Prime 4 once. So I don't think they want to put themselves out and get burned twice. So I don't think we hear nothing about Metroid Prime 4. We're going to hear about it after in some press release or some announcement, or like Kotaku sat down with, or Bloomberg sat down with, Doug Bowser. And he said, at this time, we have nothing to tell you about Metroid Prime 4. Do you know what I mean? We will, when we have more information, we'll be excited to tell you some kind of PR canned jargon. I don't think we see Metroid Prime 4 at all. Tim, I'm sorry. That's where Metroid Prime or Metroid 2D comes in. And that salivates all of us or helps us out.
No need to apologize, because I don't have Metroid Prime 4 at all on my prediction list, because I don't think we're going to get anything at E3. Okay. I think it's going to be, if we get anything this year on it, it's going to be a Game Awards thing. And I think I mentioned that previously on one of the other shows, but one of our other shows. But yeah, I think it's going to be a Game Awards thing, because I think that's where it fits in best. Yep. Is there. I would love it to be wrong again.
Yeah, for sure. Happy to be wrong on this one.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, and again, you want to, I don't know if I'll cry, but I'll be like, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Tim, what's your next prediction?
Let's see. I still have a lot here, but
me too.
I'm trying to think of which one I want to give here. I'll save the crazy one in case you ask for a crazy one, because I do have one. Crazy one here. Yeah. Actually, I'll pull it. This is actually from our predictions at the beginning of the year. I said that we'll get some 3DS Switch ports, in which we did. We got Miitopia, obviously, but we're going to get some more, I think, still. And that could be something like Link Between the Worlds, or Star Fox 64 3D could be brought over, even though we don't have 3D. Or the Kid Icarus game could be brought over. And I think the Kid Icarus one is the one I'm really hoping for myself, because that is locked away on the 3DS at the beginning of that life cycle of the 3DS, and really hard game to find again.
I think that was the first game announced for 3DS when it was announced in 2010.
So I would love it if they would come out with a new version that you can play on the Switch. Again, it would be hard to do because of the way you had to play it on the 3DS, because you had to use the stylus and the stand and all that kind of stuff to get it to work. But then they did add the whole Circle Pad Pro mechanics to it when they brought that out, and you were able to use the Circle Pad Pro with it. And they had the cards with it as well. And I don't know if they would do that again, unless they made them into
Switch doesn't have a camera, cards. So the cards are... Yeah, Amiibo cards would be useful.
Yeah, if they turn them into Amiibo cards, then they could do that. So it would have to be a remake or a remaster, but that is one I hope they bring. But I do hope they announce some more 3DS ports to bring over, so that it's not locked out of the 3DS. And then that way I don't have to carry around my 3DS anymore.
Yeah.
That might be a crazy one, but I'm going with it.
All right. I love the energy. I love it. Okay. I don't have anything to actually add to that one, because I'm like, I think it's good. I just don't think so. I think they're leaving the 3DS stuff dead, but I could be very wrong.
Well, like I said, they brought in Metopia, and that there could be something, a couple other things they bring over from the 3DS library.
I begin to move into the crazy territory with one or a couple here that are not crazy. So I do have a couple more predictions. Jesse, if you run out, that's fine. Me and Tim can banter back and forth as well with some predictions.
I have one Nintendo one left. So
okay, so maybe go to that in a bit. Okay. I'm going to give you a bunch of games that I believe will be announced that are coming from other third parties, right? I believe we will hear about Mario and Rabbids 2. I believe likely hear about it at Ubisoft Forward on Saturday. That's not a full lock-in, but I believe that may be where we hear about it. I believe we are going to hear about Overcooked 3. I've talked about this one before. I believe we are going to hear about SteamWorld Dig 3.
I forgot about that one.
I believe that we will be told that my wife just messaged me and she said Overcooked 3. So she can obviously hear me. I'm loud enough that she can hear me and she thinks that so I'll tell her about that in a second. I believe Bug Snacks will be announced to coming to the Nintendo Switch. I believe that Life is Strange will be announced coming to the Nintendo Switch, like the Life is Strange collection. And I can't believe I'm about to say this, but ladies and gentlemen, in July, EA will reveal that NHL 94 Rewind will indeed be coming to the Nintendo Switch.
Yes.
Wow.
I have a plethora of games that I believe we will hear about, and I believe those are there.
Mark that off on your bingo cards, everybody.
Yeah, Chris, that is for you. Yeah. Remake or OG Life is Strange? Episode, great question.
I think it's going to be the collection, and I don't think the collection is a remaster.
I don't think so either.
So the collection would work, I think, on the Switch.
Yeah, I think so.
If they do a remaster, then it may go along with the cloud predictions that we always talk about. Yeah. So
I think we might hear about that at the Square Enix presents on Sunday. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Let's head down to, let's go over to Marty. Marty says he believes that ARMS 2 will be revealed.
That's crazy. I like it. I like it.
I agree with Tim. I think that's crazy. It was a great franchise. I don't know if they're going to do anything with it again. I don't know.
I think they learned something from it. Obviously, probably not wanting to release it alongside Splatoon 3, hopefully.
Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully it's but still, I mean, if it is revealed, it's still going to be within the range of Splatoon 3, and again, could get killed off again.
Yeah.
So, but there is still a community out there that loves it, and I think a sequel will help grow that community because they can improve on some of the things they've learned from it, and could be a bigger game. It sold well, and it's been 4 years, so
yeah, it absolutely could be. I don't think we're going to hear about it, though. I like where Marty's head's at, but I just don't think we're going to hear about it. I'm going to head down to some more of our predictions. Third strongest mole says Oberdiem 2? Oberdiem? Odama 2. What is that?
That was a GameCube game where it came with a microphone and you shouted commands into it to have it do things.
Yes.
All right.
That's all I know.
It's a giant ball that you control by shouting at your armies to push that ball into the enemy. Because I watched him play it, and I'm probably missing some key things here. But from when I watched him play it, when he was streaming it, he was basically controlling a giant marble, but it was a giant stone, and you got a bunch of army that was pushing it over to the enemy's line. and the enemy's line is attacking you, and of course you're shouting commands to do certain things with that ball.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
To give the enemy some damage. So
interesting stuff.
I did it justice, but
yeah, I mean I was better than I had. All right, so John says Mario and Rabbids 2, Super Mario Party 2, custom Joy-Cons being available in the US. No Zelda news, but a mention of Focus Zelda Direct later this summer after Skyward Sword. Mario and Rabbids 2, I definitely agree with. Super Mario Party 2, that was one of my, if you listen to the Nintendo Drive, that was kind of one of my predictions there. I gave them one. That could happen. That's interesting. Custom Joy-Cons being available in the US. So I believe the custom Joy-Cons are available in Japan. So he's finally saying that option is available in the US. No Zelda news, but a mention of a Zelda Direct later this summer. That's an interesting idea. So I'm wondering if that's where we will hear it with, if we were doing that, that's where we would hear about Breath of the Wild too.
Yeah. If they do that, they need to say that they will be doing that. And they just can't leave it hanging because people will be upset.
Yeah. Could you imagine if there was no Zelda news at all at this E3? Like, people would riot. And not in a good way, right?
I think we'll see Aonuma. How do you pronounce his name?
Aonuma.
Aonuma. Again, and it'll give us like we said, something about the title and then something about we'll have a direct specifically.
Yeah. You probably thought I was here to tell you this. Nope. Wrong. Right. But take a look at these custom Joy-Cons now available in the US. Bruce Patterson says there'll be a lot of love for Zelda. I like Jeff Grubb's idea of Super Smash Rabbids Amiibo. Interesting. That means Rabbids and Smash. And I'm also hoping for a revamped online. Bruce, we're all wanting a revamped online. Yeah, I like that. Rabbids and Smash.
I don't think they're iconic enough to be in Smash. They could be spirits or whatever.
Which I think they have
already. Yeah, they might be already, but I don't think they're iconic enough to be fighters.
Okay. Interesting.
If
though.
they are fighters, would they just be a solo or would they work as a gaggle?
I think they work as a gaggle.
Yeah. Unless they're doing it because of how well Rabbids did and Mario and Rabbids did, and they're,
I think they would work very similar to how the Ice Climbers work, Jesse. Is that there'd be like two of them kind of connected and jumping around.
So you have 16 characters running on the screen at once.
That's exactly it, right? That's exactly it.
Which is why they're not in the Wii U and 3DS version, because the 3DS would break.
Yep. Exactly. All right. Okay. What is up, Andros? Thanks for joining us. I appreciate you. Abyssal, I see you're mentioning a Plock. We're coming to it. I promise you're on my list, buddy. I promise you're on my list. Jesse, let's head back to you, sir. What is your, I believe you said this is your do you want to wait for your non-Nintendo at the end after we're done our Nintendo, or do you want to go now?
I'll do it at the end.
I have some non-Nintendo as well. So.
Oh, okay. I don't, because this is a Nintendo podcast.
You don't have a Stadia one? No.
Stadia will release a game.
It will not do well. Okay. So let's maybe do our Nintendo ones and we'll go non-Nintendo. So Tim, do you have another Nintendo one?
I do. I have still lots to give to.
Good for you. Good. Excellent. Okay. You're just a giving guy. I love you.
Yes.
I love it. All right. What do you got?
I'll save the crazy one until you're ready for it. So
okay.
But I have some regular ones.
Okay. I begin ramping crazy now, by the way.
Okay. All right, so I still have some regular ones too. So I'm going to say a new Rhythm Heaven game.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Or I should actually, let me rephrase that. I'm going to say a Rhythm Heaven game. So that way it could be a new one, or it could be a port, or
okay.
But a Rhythm Heaven game.
Okay.
Very simple.
All right. Okay. I think we're speaking of games that could get announced that are kind of like out there. I have down Pikmin being announced. Pikmin 4 or whatever versioning of Pikmin we're going to call this. The next installment in the Pikmin franchise is announced as well. Tim, I will throw it back to you.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm gonna do the crazy one because I think it's crazy.
Are you saving Marty's last one as a crazy one?
No, Marty's is going to connect to my next reveal, and you'll see why in a second.
All right, I was wondering why you didn't go back to him, but that
All
works.
Right, I'll do the crazy one here. Actually, let me go back here. So, do you have any predictions on cloud games, Justin?
I do. Of course I do. Of course I do.
I'm gonna wait till you do your cloud game prediction then.
Okay. All right. So you're throwing back to me.
Let me throw this one out there, and then I'll have something to follow up with your cloud prediction.
Okay.
So I also will throw out that a Arkham collection is still possibly coming out for the Switch. So an Arkham collection on the Switch.
Okay, Arkham on the okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, so first I'm going to say, Tim, I like that idea. I like the Arkham collection. That's great. It's interesting. We haven't talked a lot about here third-party support, interestingly enough. We've said a lot in that Nintendo first party, so things are going to start getting a little crazy. But I want you to close your eyes, not my eyes, close your eyes and go on a journey with me. All right? So we have just seen the Breath of the Wild trailer. It feels like they're like, this is the end of the show. Here's the Breath of the Wild trailer. We're all like, wow, this is amazing. The banner comes up spring 2022. We're like, all right. And then they're like, and hey, folks, thanks for watching. But by the way, we're not done yet. There's just one more thing. Screen goes to black. And then you hear this revving of an engine. And then the squealing of tires, and flashes across the screen is a new Mario Kart game, Mario Kart 9. And we cut right in to live feed gameplay, new levels, and it looks like Mario Kart Ultimate. Everyone is here. New tracks, new levels, new characters, new designs, the whole 9 yards. And then as it fades out, it says November 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe Mario Kart 9 is Nintendo's holiday game of 2021 because they do not have Breath of the Wild ready, had to get pushed into March, and that's the game they've planted there instead. Gentlemen, thoughts?
Fascinating.
Marty's thoughts is very interesting on that. Would you like to share Marty's thoughts on that?
Yeah, I believe he said here Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 9 or Mario Kart 8 DLC will be revealed.
Yes. And I believe that you guys are smoking something. No.
Get out of here. Okay.
I mean, wow. I think I'm stuck on this one. I think like you were on one of the other games that we talked about. So, because it's like, should we get one? Yeah, probably because it was, Mario Kart 8 is a deluxe version from the Wii U, right? And they had plenty of time probably to work on it even before they released the deluxe version to the Switch. So, but 8 Deluxe is everybody loves it, and it's selling really well. And that's why we're all surprised there was no DLC. Now, granted, maybe there's no DLC because they found something in that DLC that they decided to say, hey, we're going to build on this and make it 9.
Mm-hmm.
But have they ever done a second Mario Kart in a system's life cycle?
Yeah, we've been playing the same Mario Kart for 7 years.
Yes, I know.
7 years at a minimum.
Well, yeah,
but it's deluxe.
We've had one game for multiple
Don't care.
generations. We've never had 2 games in one generation.
So you're saying 8 Deluxe doesn't count. So as being in this generation, we still need to have a new generation.
It's a bridge. I believe they release Mario Kart now, and then they can use it on Switch 2. It carries them over. Those sales will continue. Like literally, you've had a game for 4 years that's almost sold 40 million. That is an evergreen title. So why don't you put out another evergreen title? right, that will continue to go. Because if you've already bought Mario Kart 8, you're probably going to buy Mario Kart 9. Right?
Yeah.
You're gonna keep going. It's an evergreen title.
It depends on the market though, too. A lot of the people that got this, obviously, or not obviously, but a lot of people who got this got it with a bundle, more than likely.
Yeah.
Or if they did buy it, they're happy with what they got, and they're gonna be like, I don't need to get 9 unless there's something that truly grabs them and brings them in. That's different.
Yeah, I don't know if they want to split the player base, with a new game. I think we're going to want to keep 8 going and then do 9 with the next game, not the next iteration, but the next generation.
Gentlemen, I'm so confident in this, I'm willing to bet you.
Ooh, this is the one you want to bet.
What do you want to bet?
So you're confident that they're going to release Mario Kart 9 this year. I know you said November for their holiday game. So we'll just say Mario Kart 9 for the holiday.
Yep.
Okay. And I think I agree with Jesse's point that it's more of I'll take it a step back, a pro or a better version of the Switch at least that a 9 would come on. So no, I don't think.
I didn't tell you where I believe the Switch Pro is going to be revealed.
No, you didn't. But no, I don't believe that Mario Kart 9 is going to be a holiday game. I'm willing to take that bet.
Okay, I will bet with you. What do you want to make the?
If
what do you
Mario
want to make the
Kart 9 comes out for the holiday, I will buy you Mario Kart 9.
Okay, all right. Well, what do you want in return if I'm wrong?
If you're wrong, we'll discuss it. It'll be a game, I guess.
Metroid.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
It'll be 2D Metroid if a 2D Metroid comes out. So.
Okay. All right. Well, there we go, folks, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make sure that's in the log for the bet. All right. Let's go on to. Let's get a little bit crazy. All right. I got some more crazy. I have 3 more predictions. How many more do you have, Tim, that are Nintendo related?
How many did you say you have?
I have 3. There is one that is absolute crazy, like crazy. And then there are 2 that I believe are legitimate possibilities.
Okay. Well, I have, I guess, one big one that's surrounding the cloud games that I think you said you had some. So
yeah, so let's maybe sit in that pocket for a second, will we?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I believe that we will see more cloud games brought to the Nintendo Switch. This is kind of maybe some of that third-party coverage that we're talking about there. I believe that a combination of third-party cloud-based games are coming. And I don't know for sure which ones. I don't know how many. But I believe these are the likely candidates, let's say, that will arrive during this. I believe Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed's Origin, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I'm more likely believing Valhalla is prime candidate for that actual for sure being there. I also believe Jedi Fallen Order has a very good chance. And if you paid attention to the Nintendo Drive, you realize that I've already responded to these ones. I'm going to give you one more exclusive to Nintendo Dads. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is Marvel's Avengers as a cloud game coming to Xbox.
Nice.
And why do I believe this? Because they're all on Stadia.
Nice.
What's it on again?
Stadia.
Okay, thanks. I didn't get it the first time.
I'm wondering if you're just like looking to clip that. I'm sure, like that's why you're like, where was that soundbite? That's now put on the board. I wasn't thinking of
Stadia, but
I was going to say you
funny.
need to clip that.
Yep.
So I'm with you on that. Actually, a few of those are on my cloud-based games list as well.
Okay.
I put Jedi Fallen Order. That's been on there since last year, in fact. So, but changed over to cloud since that was more possible. I didn't specify which Assassin's Creed, but I said Assassin's Creed games.
Yep.
So it could be Valhalla or any other ones that didn't come to the Switch yet that could be there. But one outside of what you have, the one you mentioned, I agree that could be one. But I am saying day and date game would be Far Cry 6. Would be a cloud game for the Switch.
Wow. Tim rolling in here. Look at the size of Tim's walk. You know what I'm saying? Wow. All right, Tim. All right.
Now, the crazy part of my cloud games thing is also going to go with the crazy prediction that I have. There's been a rumor going on that Steam was looking at doing a handheld, and it was supposed to be called the Steam Pal.
Yep.
I don't think it's a handheld. I think Steam Pal is actually an app that will come to the Nintendo Switch that will allow you to remotely play your Steam games on the Switch.
Oh. Because that Steam already can do PC to PC streaming. So like my son could, if my son's logged into the same network as I am, he can play my games. It's rendered on my computer and then just show it on his. So yeah, I can see that's possible.
That's my crazy prediction. You okay there, Justin?
I like that one.
You just came in here just
He's speechless.
wow. All right. I did not see that one coming.
Yep.
That kind of makes my crazy one feel like it's a little bit of a wet blanket.
No, it goes along with what you're saying. It's just
my cloud one where it wasn't crazy. My crazy one, my crazy one is that Master Chief Collection comes to Switch.
I would like that one.
That is my out of left field crazy.
I do like
yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And then I have one other, like, this will never happen, so I'll just say it anyways.
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo acknowledges Mother 3. Do you know what I mean? Like, they say it exists. They say it's there. They still don't do anything, maybe. I don't know. Yeah.
But
I don't know.
Nintendo acts Mother 3 but doesn't do anything with it.
Yeah, like maybe, or no, I believe they'll say something about Mother 3 for an anniversary. Like they actually celebrate it in some way. There's maybe some bundle that you can get, like the Mother 3 collection or something, or Earthbound collection or something like that. It's available. Ebicel asks, not on xCloud. I'm crazy enough. I see that, Jesse. I'm crazy enough to think, sure.
I like that book. I almost got that book.
Yeah, and Tyler's saying, can Master Chief work only on cloud, because that's at least an 80 gig install? My initial thought here, actually, Tyler, when I was talking to the folks at Nintendo Drive, is that Microsoft and Nintendo have worked together and have built a 100 gig cart that will store the Master Chief Collection.
Oof. And it'll cost $150.
It'll cost about $150.
Wow.
They've designed a special cartridge just for the Master Chief Collection.
Speaking of Nintendo and Microsoft working together, this was
Clippy for Smash?
Sweet.
No.
Also, that was somebody else's joke in the chat. I don't want to steal that.
On the Game Pass News show this morning, I predicted that the whole reason why we see switches in the background of all these executives during their shows is because Nintendo and Microsoft are working together. Well, Nintendo and Rare are working together to do a new Banjo-Kazooie game that you can play on both the Xbox and the Nintendo Switch, and you can cross-save.
Ooh.
And that's why that's the reason why we see the switches in the background.
Nice. Okay. I like that.
That's the one I gave to them this morning.
I like that. I have one more I totally forgot, and this is low-hanging fruit, and this is for Marty. Mega Man 12 is announced.
Okay. And I have one more as well.
Okay.
And this might go along with the another crazy thing where you don't expect it to happen. This is something I hope that happens, and I know we wish this every E3, but a new Switch or not new Switch, but a Switch UI update will be announced.
Oh, get out of here, Tim. Your hope is too much. It's just too much.
I know.
Folders are just too difficult.
What better way to, say, oh, I'm sorry, we're not going to give you a new Switch Pro, but here's a new Switch UI.
Yeah, here's folders. Enjoy.
Yes, we'll give you folders now.
Yeah, instead of light mode or dark mode, it'll be a gray mode.
Nice. Yeah, right?
And purple.
I like it.
No, just gray. Yeah. That's all I'll give you is gray.
Well, we got gray, but we're going to have a couple more colors. We got purple.
No, that's all they're going to give you is gray.
No, we're going to give us colors that match the lights.
Mm-hmm.
Switch lights.
Mm-hmm. Man. All right. Battletoads will be out on Switch on Tuesday. Super Nintendo. Oh, Battletoads. Nice call. I like that. That's a great reference.
That's a good
one. Throwing
the
into
new one or the old one.
That's a great question too. Throwing into our predictions, Timothy Alf, who seemed to also throw in some statements here, says, "I predict all of Justin's predictions are wrong, and Uncle Jesse has the insider information on all Nintendos. That's why he's the uncle."
And the other part that wasn't included because I updated that is that Marty is actually not at camp. He's secretly undercover at E3.
Oh, see, I didn't see it. Yeah, I didn't look at the webpage. Went to copy it. I just copied it off
from the email.
I need to start looking at the webpage for those.
I love it. Abyssal, Plock 99, Adventures of the Disembodied Limbs, and Star Fox Submergence.
Submergence is back. Woo! It was delayed because of COVID.
Right?
Because of the COVID.
I like how none of us have said that Star Fox is coming back at all. So that's a pretty good indication. And the last one from Solo Something says, "I predict some more cloud-based gaming information with a game showcase, with that showcase being shown during the Treehouse Live. Said cloud running with hardware provided alongside Xbox. I still see cloud gaming as a potential strong addition to add to their portable gaming card that separates them from the pack. I in secret would love to I in secret would love the former World of Warcraft employee team to use it to bring Guild Wars 2 to the Switch." Wow, that's Solo Something.
Nice.
It's a deep cut, but I love it, right? That's good stuff.
I played that game like 15 years ago, I think.
And I did mention Star Fox, by the way. That was one of my 3DS ports.
I apologize. You are correct. Oh, man, ladies and gentlemen, that's these big predictions. But, of course, Jesse and Tim, you said you have some non-Nintendo, so I will allow this time to have some non-Nintendo discussion. What do you got?
So how many do you have, Tim?
I have several, so just however many you've got, I'm sure I can match.
I just have one, so you start.
Okay. I will say this one is, since I did a Microsoft one, I won't do that there. I will say Square Enix will release a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection or collections, like Final Fantasy 1 through 3 and then 4 through 6. Possibly, but I would say there would be a Final Fantasy 1 through 6 collection or collections.
For Switch or just in general?
For everybody. For all consoles.
Okay, so I won't specify the console in the notes.
Okay.
All right, I'll say mine here. Of course, it's Amico related. The big.
Your prediction is Justin's going to buy one?
No.
Sorry.
Amico's big secret so far is how does physical media work? We know it's going to exist. We just don't know how, because I don't know if there's a cartridge slot. I haven't seen one. So Amico will finally show off what their physical media is and how it works.
Nice. I like that one. That makes sense. And I haven't been following it enough to recognize that they didn't even talk about their media. So that's interesting.
They've gone out of their way to not talk about it. They've talked about not talking about it.
You don't think it's because they're just going to go straight up digital?
They haven't. They have said they will have a physical content. They said that. They just haven't said what it is. They just said it's going to be something different.
Yeah, I think I didn't look for it because I assumed that it was going to be all digital.
I think it's going to be something a QR code. No, not QR, but like RF, NFC based. Like
yeah, like their
tapping
gift
an
card
Amiibo on a
things.
Switch. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And I'm still looking for the doggone black and red one. I have not seen a black and red one anywhere other than their video.
And I don't think that's been available anywhere yet. I think that might be. I think that's supposed to be a retailer exclusive, but just not any that we have in the US. Apparently, I don't know.
Well, and then the emails it shows even like in the UK, their version of their special version at Game. That's why I was thinking you would see that in the email, but in the emails I don't see
maybe
that.
they'll announce that too.
That would be nice.
All right, cool. I've exhausted my list.
All right. I will say one last one that could be for any console, probably not for the Switch, is going to be a new BioShock game. So that will be, your PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. And probably PC as well or something like that. But yeah.
Oh, it'll definitely be on PC.
Yeah. So, and then the other one is and this one most likely could or should come to the Switch, and that's a new Spyro game that's not a Toys to Life. It's a new Spyro.
So like more like along the veins of the original trilogy.
Yes. And those are my predictions.
All right. Whew. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been a real journey for us to get here. Yeah. Folks, that's it. And like in less than 5 days, we're going to find out whether we're right or wrong.
So are we going to go over the coverage plans?
Yes, we are absolutely going to do that. So before we finish off the day, let's talk about what we have got planned for the next several days. So first and foremost, ladies and gentlemen, our E3, and if you're wondering where can I find this wonderful information, head over to our social media channels, and we have got a wonderful graphic that Tim made to talk about all of our coverage of where we're going to be.
In fact, I've added more into the notes after that graphic was
okay.
Yeah, that graphic's already outdated.
Well, sure looking, right? So on day one of E3, so this Saturday, join us at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Ubisoft Forward with Jesse, Tim, and John. And they're going to be live stream. Sorry?
Daylight time.
Eastern Standard Time?
No, daylight time.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Do you guys call it ETD?
EDT.
Yes.
It's Eastern Standard Time.
No,
it's Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Daylight Savings Time.
No, okay. And we're going to argue about this later in the post show. I'm not dealing with this right now. All right?
Standard would mean that we didn't go forward an hour.
You're all done. You're all done. All right? So 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Ubisoft Forward.
Justin was wrong.
That's with Jesse and Tim and John. And they're going to be doing that one. And then at 4:30, right after that, Devolver Digital. That's with Jesse and Tim. And then on day 2, this is Sunday, June 13th at, oh my gosh, what is this going to be? This is going to be 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be, no, stop it. I'm doing this. All right, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be Team Mega Dads versus Team Nintendo Dads in Knockout City for Dad Fest. So you're going to be able to come to our Twitch channel, watch that live. And when that's done, it'll be ending at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is great because at that point, Jesse, John, Nick, and Sean are going to jump on and live stream react to Xbox and Bethesda's game showcase. At 3:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Jesse and John with the Dads After Dark show will be live reacting to Square Enix Presents. Now on Monday, if you're just hanging around, you got nothing better to do, join Jesse at 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Intellivision. 12:45. By the way, he's the only one doing that. All right, you know what I mean? You want to watch a sad show? Come see this, all right? At 4 p.m., Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Limited run games. Jesse, Tim, John, they're reacting. We've got a Capcom thing going on. I swear to God, Tim, I will hunt you down. All right. Capcom, 5:30 p.m. on Eastern Daylight Time. Capcom show with who we don't know yet. We're still working on that one. Gonna be really honest with you. All right, folks. Yeah, if Marty's back, I want Marty to come react to that.
Yeah, that's the one that was added. Yeah, because Capcom did announce at least 4 games, and 3 of them are Switch games. So yeah,
we should probably react to that. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the show. That's right. For the Nintendo Direct, Jesse, Justin, Tim, possibly Marty, there's a question mark behind that one. I need to verify it. We'll be live stream reacting to the Nintendo Direct, which will be happening at 12 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time on Tuesday, on Twitch, on YouTube, and we'll be around for the Treehouse Live afterwards. That is going to be our stream weekend for this content. If there is basically a conference, an event going on, for the most part, we're there. Subscribe, click the ring the bells, all that notification, jump in the chat, watch it with us live. It's E3 season. We're excited for this. We want you to be joining us with it as well. There's some other stuff going on for E3 events. There's some indie showcases and Bando Namkai and some awards. We don't know if we're gonna go to that. Whatever.
Did you do that on purpose?
Right. Sure, why not? So we're done. You know what I'm saying? We're just done, son. But that's it. There's a lot going on.
Wow.
Anything else, guys?
You broke me.
I got nothing for you. I got nothing. All right.
Did you see any other chats in the Twitch?
I see you spamming this thing. I see you spamming it bad. Yeah. Okay.
What are you talking about? You responded twice. What are you talking about? 2 times.
Oh man. Yeah. All right.
We are an educational podcast.
Right. Get out of here. Oh. You guys
did a lot of talking, sir.
I think everyone's broke now.
Yeah.
Oh, don't forget Drew's question from Discord.
What's Drew's question from Discord?
I'll go ahead and read it.
Could you?
With Play versus bringing Nintendo games to high school sports, they announced Mario Kart 8 will begin spring 2022. Does anyone else find this interesting? Does this mean no MK9? Or rather, is this a placeholder for MK9 coming this spring or before? I think we answered that question. But do you think they are going to use MK9 when that's released for the whole high school sports thing?
Yeah, I think eventually they will. Right? Eventually.
To it.
Yeah. It'll probably be at least a year, so to let people get good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just throw a new game at them. This isn't the Wizard in Mario 3.
Yep. That's a deep cut, by the way. It's a deep cut.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. I do want to say a couple things, though, before we head out. Tim, do you want to tell people about where they can find our stuff just while I get the information I'm looking for? Actually, never mind. I don't need that. I found it already. That's how prepared I am. First, I want to say a big thank you to David and Chris, newest patron subscribers. Thank you very much. I didn't do that top of the show. I apologize. Thank you very much for your patronage and your support. We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Tim, Jesse, anything else you guys want to say? Anything else I'm missing?
I think we got everything.
Okay.
That was a lot.
Yeah. I also do want to say...
And we did it in under 2 hours.
I know. It's amazing, right? I also do want to say we're doing a lot this weekend for E3. We're doing stuff into E3, but there is Dad Fest, right? This is our collaboration with the Mega Dads and the Nintendo Dads. Keep looking out for our social. There's a lot of information going on there. I know there's a lot going on for E3, but we're encouraging others to join in, to get engaged with the contents being put out, kind of cross-community collaboration, and we're just excited to be doing it with them. And also for anyone who's referencing, this Knockout City game that we'll be playing on Sunday is actually for charity. And here's essentially how it works. The losing team has to donate $150 USD to the charity of choice. So in the end, Mega Dads will have to donate $150 USD to whatever charity the Nintendo Dads chooses. It will most likely be a charity for children. We're just got to decide which one we want to use. So please pop by, encourage, celebrate,
which apparently you can no longer use the words for the
children,
because
right? For the
someone's
kids.
a jerk.
Yeah, because that's how the world works nowadays. Gentlemen, I think that's it. Should we wrap this thing up?
Let's do it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I see everyone here jumping into the Twitch chat, the YouTube chat, giving your predictions, giving us ribbings, giving us information, adding in. Thank you so much for just being like the greatest community alive. We appreciate you every single day and you being here. Genuinely, this is why we're here doing this kind of Yahoo dumpster fire of a show, is for our community. So we're thank you. Thank you so much to our amazing patrons who support us. Thank you to everyone who subscribes on Twitch that supports us on YouTube. Thank you for all of that. Huge thank you to our Patreon producers, Chris Mears, David Ernsberg, Antonio Contrario, Chris Wagner, and Solo Something. If you're looking for all of our latest information, head over to nintendodads.org, where you can find information about our YouTube videos, tweets, and our podcast episodes. Also links to all of our social and our Patreon page. And of course, if you are indeed actually looking for Nintendo Dads merch, head over to our Nintendo Dads shop as well. You can find us on Patreon, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Just type in Nintendo Dads. We're there. And I highly recommend you subscribe, ring the bell so you get all the content we're putting out. You want to email us, send us an email at nintendodads@gmail.com or call us at 929-25NDADS or 929-256-3237. Myrtle is sitting by the phones waiting to take your phone call all the time. If you get our voicemails because Myrtle has stepped away, she only works about 3 hours the entire day, so you just missed her. But leave a voicemail because we'll answer it indeed. Big thanks to OC Remix, who's playing this music throughout the show. And of course, you can find us on all of your major podcast platforms. While you're there, give us a 5-star review because, we're awesome and you like us. And you can say, this is because you're awesome and I like you. That's all you need to do. It's quite that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, it's E3. We're excited. We're excited you're here with us. For myself, for Jesse, for Tim, and for Marty. Be good, be kind, take care of yourself, and we'll see you later. Take care. Bye-bye.
Later, peeps.
Thank you for listening to Nintendo Dads.
We sound like the goddamn Nintendo Dads all of a sudden.
Nintendo Dads Podcast.